Okay, today we're going to make a paper flowers. This is the rose set. I have pre-cut my petals for ease of use. And we're going to start with our center. We have hot glue gun. This is for rolling the petals. It's just a thicker glue stick, but you can use a pencil, scissors, extra glue sticks. That's it. So I have all my size petals. This set has 6 petal types, and I like to start with the biggest first. So we're gonna take that and roll all the edges. I like to do it just all at once. And you can roll these differently for different flowers to try to get a different look. These are rolled like this, but when you're making your flower, you can have them like this or have them like this. For this flower, I think I'm gonna do like this on the outside, and then I may turn some inside. I'm gonna cut it right here. Go ahead and start gluing. Cut a little slit so that way when we glue it, it gives it more of that three-dimensional. So see how it pops up now? The more inward, let me explain this better. The more in you do it, the higher the petal stands. So if it's flat and then you cross it, the more you go, the more it stands up. So keep that in mind. I like to do not very deep, and then when I get in my center petals, I'll go a little bit more so that it stands up better on the inside. But I kind of like the outside ones to be flatter, so that way they are on the wall a little bit better. And you can do this, all these steps however you want. If you want to just glue all the petals like this and roll them all first, you can do that. I kind of like to assemble mine as I go, So as we start, I'm going to do glue in this back corner, and I'm just going to put it right there. The more inward you go on the circle, the smaller your flower is. If you're trying to make a very large flower, you want to start on the very edge. Then I'm just gonna glue all over. You don't need too much. You don't want to overdo it because you don't want it to get like you to be able to see glue spots underneath. You can always rearrange them if you realize you went too close together or maybe too far apart if you need to. You can just pop them off. It's pretty forgiving. It's not as delicate as it seems. I'm trying to get the hang of it. And this one's gonna tuck under the last one. You don't have to do that. I just like to do that. I think it just makes it look a little bit more seamless when they all fold under each other. I don't pay as much attention on the other leaves, just this first one. And then I glue that last one. So here's our base in the back. So that's your first round. Then we're gonna go with the second petal, which would be your number 2 if you're using the templates. The largest is number 1. So I think this one I do 5 petals. Let's see. No, I think I do 6. Yeah, I do 6 again. So we're gonna do the same, just repeating that exact same step. And if you're making a smaller flower, this could be your outside leaf too, if you're trying to mix and match different sizes. Okay. Now I'm trying to decide I want to go outside or inside. So I'm going to take my flower and just kind of test it to see. I think I'm going to go the same way I did that one. And how I kind of do it is I just start filling in these outside gaps. So that way everything kind of, it just makes it look super full. But there's no right or wrong. Okay, this one we're going to do 5 petals. Anything I have on the instruction sheet is really just like a guideline recommendation. It's absolutely not what you have to do or feel obligated to do. It's just what's worked for me. But I've seen plenty of paper flowers that are all different designs using similar petals. Yeah, I think I'll go, well, yeah, I think I'll go inside this one. We'll see how it looks. I'm gonna roll this side a little bit more. I kind of want it to be just like a little different looking. I'm starting to glue a little bit more inside to make these inner petals pop up a little bigger. All right. See how those are standing up? To go a little closer together. So I'm going to pop that off and see, even if it damages inside, you're never going to see that. So I'm not going to even worry about it. Come on. Do 2 more layers on this one, and then we also have the center. I think I'm gonna do 5 more, and then I'll probably do 4 with the little one. This is just kind of showing you a different design that you can do using the same template that you have, and maybe I've used make different flowers out of it. I'm rolling these a little bit different than I did the others. All right, now I'm gonna kind of see how I want these to look. I'm gonna go on the inside the rest of the way. We'll see after this layer. And what's the worst is when you have a glue stick and a new one, but it's not enough to have it stick. So it just keeps falling out. Okay. All right, let's see how we want to do this. See what I mean? Whenever I'm placing my first petal, I look kind of just for the biggest gap in between the leaves to try to work my way in filling it. And then you won't have a lopsided flower where it's like you can see a bunch of gaps easily.